evening and thank you for joining us for KREM News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Athol, Idaho. Everyone within the city limits of Athol right now is under a level 3 go now evacuation order because of that wildfire. And to put that into perspective, it's about 750 people living inside those city limits.
Let's get right to it. Take a look at your screen. This map shows where those evacuation boundaries are. There are also level 2 beset evacuations just north of Silverwood. The level 3 are there in red. The fire is burning on East Sarah Loop Road. Both directions of Highway 54 are closed between North Revelation and US 95. And US 95 is also closed in both directions near East Brunner Road.
So KREM 2's Janelle Finch is joining us live from Silverwood, which is not too far from where this fire is burning right now. So Janelle, what can you tell us about what you are seeing at this hour?
Mark and Whitney, I'm standing off the Bunko Road exit right off of Brenner Road, and you can actually see there are Idaho State Police cars closing that road. That road is inaccessible if you are traveling that way. That's because the fire is burning just that way, just past Silverwood. Despite this, Silverwood is actually not closed. There are still people on those rides using those fully in operation. However, you can see some planes that are flying over Silverwood, likely on their way to hopefully go tackle that fire. We don't know much about the fire at this time, but like I said, we are within Athol at this point, and we are going to work to get more information to you later in shows this evening. Until then, live in Athol, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
A rapidly evolving situation out there. By the way, we just received this video from people at Silverwood who are seeing airdrops. This appears to be a retarded drop coming in with one of the larger aircraft. Again, several aircraft working that area, both helicopters and airplanes, as they try to get that fire under control.
That air support has been making an incredible difference. And now to an update on a different wildfire also burning in North Idaho. That is the Ridge Creek fire near Hayden Lake. It has now grown to more than 2,700 acres. Tonight, it's considered just 15% contained.
Level 1 evacuations remain in place for the area of Bunko Road and Hayden Lake. More than 300 personnel are now on scene, including a new night crew that will monitor the conditions overnight as the weather changes. On that note, let's talk weather right now with meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. Jeremy, we know the fire danger is critical. At least today we don't have the wind, right?
Yeah, really when it comes to the fire danger, it only gets worse from here. Today, kind of a bit of a calm before the wind arrives. 101 in Spokane, wind out of the south at 11 miles per hour. 11 miles per hour is kind of on the low end of wind, especially when it comes to fire danger. Temperatures, though, on the warm side. Excuse me. 102 in Deer Park, 101 in Coeur d'Alene, 108 in Omak and down in Lewiston, 103 in Moses Lake. Across the inland northwest, excessive heat warnings remain in effect, heat advisories as well. High temps 95 to 110 degrees in the days to come. These last through Thursday, and I think Thursday winds up being our worst day for quite a few things. Tomorrow, we'll see temperatures once again about where they are right now. Tomorrow looks a little bit iffy for me. I was looking at some of the more high-resolution rapid refresh forecast models. Let's actually do this quick. I think I have a little bit of time if I can find it. All right, let's find it. Let's find it. Stick with me here. All right, can't find it. We're going to move on. Sorry about it. But we will likely see a little bit of smoke tomorrow. Thursday, temperatures back in the triple digits, but it comes with wind, and that likely equates to critical fire danger across much of the inland northwest. Today, very high fire danger. In the days to come, it only gets worse. Cannot emphasize that enough as our hot stretch continues.
Jeremy, thank you very much. I want to take one more live look at that wildfire burning near Athol. We understand the entire town of Athol is under the level 3 evacuation notices right now. And according to Coeur County's emergency management page right now, there are shelters set up in place for the Sarah Loop fire. There's one at the Real Life Ministries, which is on Rough Stock Road, and there will be one at Timberlake High School that will be ready at 5:30. Again, this is according to the Coeur County Emergency Management's Facebook page.
This fire in particular is actually pretty close to Silverwood, not too far away. You can see the direction that the smoke is blowing right now off to the right. That is away from Silverwood, but toward the town of Athol, which is why they have issued that evacuation notice for the entire city limits. Again, it's something that we'll continue to track throughout this newscast and bring you the latest. In other news this afternoon, construction crews are laying down fresh asphalt on Coeur d'Alene Lake Drive, but we wanted to know how this extreme heat is impacting our area roads.
KREM 2's Janelle Finch went out to Coeur d'Alene to get the answer today.
If there's anyone happy about the extreme heat, it may be construction companies. Asphalt and fog sealing actually benefit from the high temperatures, but they can create other challenges. The City of Coeur d'Alene Streets Department says the road work on CDA Lake Drive is done every 5 to 7 years. The city says the routine maintenance makes the road more durable and prevents potholes. Streets and Engineering Assistant Director Justin Kimberling says hot weather speeds the curing process. This gets drivers back to using the road faster.
This is called quick seal, so the heat actually increases its dry time to where the oil breaks rapidly. Shortly you'll see a distributor truck come by here. The product will come out kind of brown in color, look like a little watery, and you'll watch it'll turn into this darker color quite rapidly with this heat.
So there are some benefits when it comes to higher temperatures on road construction, but they do make for harder working conditions on crew members and other jobs like painting street markings. Despite all this, the city expects the road construction here on Coeur d'Alene Lake Drive to be completed by early next week. In Coeur d'Alene, Janelle Finch, KREM News.
All right, right now in Washington state, heat protections are in place for outdoor workers like those in construction.
The State Department of Labor and Industries released new rules that employers must follow in order to keep their workers safe. So here they are. Enough cool water must be available for workers to drink at least 1 quart every single hour. If the weather gets too hot, workers are encouraged to take 10-minute cool down breaks often. And there has to be enough shade available to fully cover those workers during those breaks.
Employers must also look out for and respond to any signs of heat stroke with their employees. L&I says people in outdoor industries like farming and construction are at high risk of heat-related injuries like heat stroke. Well, if you have a student in Spokane Public Schools, they likely received some mail from the state this past week. The letters came from the State Department of Social and Health Services and include one of these. It is a pandemic EBD card. They started arriving. Our Verify team has heard from parents who wanted to know if they're real.
These are real benefits. Yes, these are food benefits intended for kids who were impacted by the COVID pandemic.
Each card is loaded with $120 on it, and they can be used to purchase food items. Tonight on KREM 2 News at 6, our Verify team explains why every student in SPS got a card regardless of their family's income.